Hey everybody, I'm Papa Pete, and it's my honor to be here today for this very special episode of Indie Homebrew Spotlight as I announce the nominees for the 2021 Intellivision Homebrew Awards. The Intellivision Homebrew Awards, formerly known as the Game of the Year Awards, are open to any member of the Intellivision community or retro gaming community for that matter who wish to go in to a special section in the Intellivision area of the Atari Age forums. I'll put a link to these forums where you can go vote, find more information, find the guidelines and the rules surrounding the award ceremony, and you can find that at the direct link in the description below. Any physically or digitally released Intellivision game released in 2021 are eligible for consideration for voting in this year's awards. This could be a port, this could be an enhanced version of an already available game, or it can also be an original production. This year there's 6 different categories in which you can vote. First of all, there's Best Graphics, there's Best Sound and Music, there's Best Port, there's Best Physical Packaging, and then finally, there's the Game of the Year Digital, and there's also the Game of the Year Physical Product. The award voting runs from Saturday, January 15th at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time until February 6th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And like I said before, you can go vote right in that Atari Age forum. I'll put a link to it down below. And then after the voting's all done and everything's tabulated, I'll be having another special edition of Indie Homebrew Spotlight where I'll announce the winners. And that's going to be available on Friday, February 11th. Sometime in the late afternoon or evening, watch my YouTube channel, and you can also watch the Atari Age forums. I'll post it in there as well. And now, without further ado, on to the nominees. And the first category we're going to look at are Best Graphics. Best Graphics also refers to all visual aspects of a nominee, including background graphics, use of colors, sprites, animations, etc. And the nominees are Antarctic Tales, Carlos Madruga Main Designer, Tarzilla Title. Antarctic Tales Enhanced Edition, Carlos Madruga Main Designer, Tarzilla Title. Bank Panic, Carlos Madruga Designer. Deadlier Disc, Tron Rebooted, Intelligentvision, David Harley Designer. Death Race, Collector Vision. Fantasy, Designer Unknown. Fantasy Puzzle, Nicholas Krakow, Designer. Gorf, Collector Vision. Heli, Tix, Main Designer, Justin Cheer Alternate Logo. Intellivision, Matthew Keel Designer. Junior Pac-Man, Robotnik 7 Designer. Little Man Computer, Michael Hayes Designer. Mazatron, Tron Reloaded, Intelligentvision, David Harley Designer. Felter, Klaus Bakel Designer. Norseman, Carlos Madruga Designer. Omega Race, Designer Unknown. Pumpkin Mischief, Oscar Toledo G Designer. Suzuki vs. Commander, Michael Robinson Designer. Super Pro Backgammon, Intelligentvision, David Harley Designer. Super Pro Boxing, Intelligentvision, David Harley Designer. Super Pro Bump-A-Jump, Intelligentvision, David Harley Designer. Super Pro King of the Mountain, Intelligentvision, David Harley Designer. The Good Enough, Carlos Madruga Main Designer, Justin Cheer Support, and Anders Carlson Support. The Leprechaun's Flight, Oscar Toledo G Designer. The Sorrow of Gadlan Thur, Oscar Kenneth Albero Designer. And Unlucky Ponies Adventure, Designer Unknown. And last but not least, X-Ray and Diligus, Michael Hayes Designer. Next category is Best Sound and Music, and that means sound effects and all of the music, whether it's original music or remastered music that already existed. And the nominees are Antarctic Tales, Nyundere and Anders Carlson Designers. Antarctic Tales Enhanced Edition, Nyundere and Anders Carlson Designers. Bank Panic, Anders Carlson Music and Arturo Ragazzini Sound. Deadlier Disc, Tron Rebooted. Intelligentvision, David Harley Designer. Death Race, Collector Vision. Fantasy, Designer Unknown. Fantasy Puzzle, Nicholas Krakow Designer. Gorf, Collector Vision. Heli, Nyundere Designer. Intellivision, Matthew Keel Designer. Junior Pac-Man, Robotnik Designer. Little Man Computer, Michael Hayes Designer. Mazatron, Tron Revisited, Intellivision David Harley designer. Felter, Klaus Bakel designer. Norseman, Anders Carlson music, Carlos Madruga sound. Omega Race, unknown designer. Pumpkin Mischief, Yundere designer. Suzuki vs. Commander, Michael Robinson designer. Super Pro Backgammon, Intellivision David Harley designer. Super Pro Boxing, Intellivision David Harley designer. Super Pro Bump and Jump, Intellivision David Harley designer. Super Pro King of the Mountain, Intellivision David Harley designer. The Goon Enough, Anders Carlson, Yundere, and First Beer designers. The Leprechaun's Flight, Yundere designer. The Sorrow of Gadland Thur, John Hassink and Manuel DePico designers. Unlucky Pony's Adventure, Yundere designer. And X-Ray and Diligus, Michael Hayes designer. Next up, we have the category of Best Port, and that's any adaptation that's recognizable of an existing work. And the nominees are Antarctic Tales, Carlos Madruga, programmer. Antarctic Tales Enhanced Edition, Carlos Madruga, programmer. Bank Panic, Carlos Madruga, programmer. Death Race, Collectorvision. Fantasy, Dr. Ports, programmer. Gorf, Collectorvision. Heli, Carlos Madruga and Arturo Ragazzini, programmers. Intellivania, Matthew Keel, programmer. Junior Pac-Man, Robotnik 7, programmer. Little Man Computer, Michael Hayes, programmer. Norseman, Carlos Madruga, programmer. Omega Race, Dr. Ports, programmer. Suzuki vs. Commander, Michael Robinson, programmer. And the Goon Enough, Carlos Madruga, programmer. The next category is Best Physical Packaging, Box, Manual, and Overlays. And this includes all the visual content involved with the game and is limited to physical releases only. The nominees are Antarctic Tales, Steve Jones, Frank Westphal box, Mark Thompson manual, and Phil Boland overlays. Death Race by Collectorvision. Fantasy, Steve Jones box, Mark Thompson manual and overlays. Fantasy Puzzle, Nicholas Krakow and Patrice Rucard box, Cyrus Denis and Patrice Rucard manual, and Nicholas Krakow overlays. Gorf, Collectorvision. Heli, Steve Jones and Frank Westphal box, Mark Thompson manual, and Phil Boland overlays. Intellivania, Steve Jones, Frank Westphal, Rudy Wild, and Davey Wagnerrock box, Mark Thompson manual, and Phil Boland overlays. Felter, Steve Jones box, Mark Thompson manual, and Phil Boland overlays. Omega Race, Mark Thompson manual and overlay. Super Pro King of the Mountain, Steve Jones box. The Good Enough, Collectorvision. Unlucky Pony's Adventure, Steve Jones box, Mark Thompson manual, and Phil Boland overlays. And X-Ray and Diligus, Michael Thompson, Mark Oberhauser, and Mobile Digital Imaging box, Mark Thompson manual, and Phil Boland overlays. And now we have the Game of the Year, Digital. That's the best Intellivision game released in 2021 that was released in a digital or ROM format. And the nominees are Antarctic Tales Enhanced Edition, Carlos Madruga, programmer. Bank Panic, Carlos Madruga, programmer. Deadlier Disc, Tron Rebooted, Intelligentvision, David Harley. Fantasy, Dr. Ports, programmer. Heli, Carlos Madruga, programmer. Junior Pac-Man, Robotnik 7, programmer. Little Man Computer, Michael Hayes, programmer. Mazatron, Tron Reloaded, Intelligentvision, David Harley. Norseman, Carlos Madruga, programmer. Pumpkin Mischief, Oscar Toledo G, programmer. Sasuke vs. Commander, Michael Robinson, programmer. Super Pro Backgammon, Intelligentvision, David Harley. Super Pro Boxing, Intelligentvision, David Harley. Super Pro Bump and Jump, Intelligentvision, David Harley. Super Pro King of the Mountain, Intelligentvision, David Harley. The Leprechaun's Fight, Oscar Toledo G, programmer. And The Sorrow of Gadlan Thur, Oscar Kenneth Albero, programmer. And now for the final category, Game of the Year, Physical. That's the best Intellivision game that was released in the physical format in 2021. And the nominees are Antarctic Tale, Intellivision Revolution publisher, Carlos Madruga, programmer. Death Race, Collectorvision, publisher. Fantasy, unknown publisher, Dr. Ports, programmer. Fantasy Puzzle, Cote Gamers publisher, Nicholas Krakow, programmer. Gorf, Collectorvision, publisher. Heli, Intellivision Revolution publisher, Carlos Madruga, programmer. Intellivision, Intellivision Revolution publisher, Michael Keel, programmer. Nie Felter, Intellivision Revolution publisher, Klaus Bakel, programmer. Omega Race, publisher unknown, Dr. Ports, programmer. Super Pro King of the Mountain, Intelligentvision publisher. The Good Enough, Collectorvision publisher, Carlos Madruga, programmer. Unlucky Ponies Adventure, Intellivision Revolution and Game Blah Blah publishers, Oscar Toledo G, programmer. And finally, X-Ray and Diligus, Good Deal Games publisher, and Michael Hayes, programmer. And those are the nominees for the Intellivision Homebrew Awards for 2021. Special thank you to Walter Pratt for taking care and running the Game of the Year Awards for many years up until this point, and also to Carlos Madruga for overseeing and organizing the Intellivision Homebrew Awards for 2021. For more information on the guidelines of the organization and the rules overseeing this award ceremony, as well as to be able to vote and to also learn more about the nominees, be sure to check out that forum that I was telling you about. There's a special section in the Intellivision area of the Atari Age forums specifically dedicated to the Intellivision Homebrew Awards, and all of the information as well as the place that you need to go to vote are found there. There's a link to that section in the description below. And finally, once again, don't forget to vote. Voting opens on January 15th at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, and it will run through February 6th. That's a Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'll be having a special ceremony where I'll announce all the winners on February 11th. That's Friday, February 11th. Watch YouTube or watch the Atari Age forums for my video on that. Another special edition of Indie Homebrew Spotlight, and I can't wait to announce those award winners to you. So before I go, I'd like to thank you all for watching my video. Thank you all for going to the site and voting for your favorite Intellivision Homebrew game of 2021 in all the different categories. And I'd also like to wish a good luck to all the contributors and all the people in the Intellivision community who create these wonderful homebrew games and who keep it fresh and keep it relative for 2021. The Intellivision community owes you a great debt. Anyway, guys, once again, I'm Papa Pete. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me today, and you take care. We'll see you with the winners on February 11th.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up,
I'm Rick Reynolds of the Intellivisionaries Podcast, and you're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.